All right, here we go. We'll be starting here with different compositions already out of the gate, with Happy playing around hit scan once again on the McCree, and we will be facing off against Ding with the Pharah, the projectile. But it is triple DPS that KongDoo Panthera is trying to run. Very reasonable, and they predict that Happy will be running this McCree, so they're trying to burst him down before he can do that damage. But Neist has already flexed over the Brigida to make sure that doesn't happen.
Young Jin just going to be swinging away here for the moment, tosses out that armor onto Roar as they start pushing forward. Already have the point for the moment, posturing in onto that. As Ding wraps around from behind, starts layering these rockets in, looking for a shot there onto Chara. First cap comes down, Ding goes a bit too close, will pop himself back, now comes down, and that's going to be the first kill coming in onto Rio. And B falling low, might get popped out of that mech. Nice, also got to fall, but Chara gets the res here onto Rio. So have that Winston back into the fight. He goes forward, finds the kill onto Youngjin. But the supports are all going to be going down now. Happy joining him in the grave. Envy going to be eliminated in Rio. A nice little kill at the end to get that effective team wipe coming through. KongDoo Panthera built up a lot of ultimates, and they have this first cap still rolling through.
Indeed, Nice will have to make the swap over to the Pharah. They just weren't able to cut it with him on the Brigida, unfortunately. Youngjin is the better Brigida. He got into better position. So just trying to match this Pharah, but unfortunately now they have to approach. And as you can see here, the trade going poorly.
Yeah, Youngjin pushes forward, finds Happy, and 1J Lee died off the bat of the fight. Pop out here onto Envy, he can go off the side of the map. So no real stagger coming through onto the Baby Diva. But they fail that first push, and now it's going to be another swap coming in. Happy moves to the Widow, then to the Brigida. So a lot of indecision being shown here by Bellum.
Yeah, they just don't have a lot of time, and Ding is just dominating on this Pharah. Nice gets a pick on the Como. He's been playing very aggressively, just trying to get some environmental kills. He already got one, but does get punished here.
Won't get taken down, and he nearly had that sound barrier, so really just going to be the res coming through. Luffy trying to put him back into the fight. Decay goes forward, finds that pulse bomb in on the 1J lead, but the rest comes out from Chara, and Happy follows up with the kill here onto Decay. Swinging away, trying to get the kills. Barrage set and ready. Ding falling low, but the pocket is available from Luffy, keeping him alive.
They're just trying to buy time right now to hold onto this point to 99. A lot of ultimates used
here.
The
knockoff. Concussive Blast going to find Rio, taking him down here. The Primal Rage. It's going to be massive as we approach 90%. Transcendence going to be used. Nice. Comes in with the Barrage. Finds Sue. Youngjin and Roar going down. Now Ding going to be joining. Bellum might just be able to get this flip off the back of that ult coming through from the Pharah. 1J Lee to escort them forward with the Transcendence, and now KongDoo Panthera have to retake 97% gained.
So this is still a huge win for Panthera. They're going to make the Widow swap themselves on the approach to get forward Decay. Now, this is a matchup that you normally don't want to have, or the player you normally don't want to put on Widow against Bellum because of Happy, but they know that Happy is not on the Widow at the moment, so we can kind of surprise with this. He's been seen now. If you can get an opening pick here, it's a really easy retake for KongDoo Panthera, and they will fight a longer fight to gain ultimate. So this is risky, but they have the time to do it, and if he does get that pick, I mean, it's just great from there.
Pharah's way out there. Ding managing to find a shot. Actually, he was completely ignoring Nice. Just sent that rocket sailing straight past him, found the kill. On to 1J Lee, who's swapping over onto the Lucio. Self-destruct up into the air. Just kite around the centerpiece here inside of the point, and they shut down Envy before he can make it back into the mech. The flip coming through. No one from Bellum able to contest this here, so now Rio jumps in, but he's by himself. The bubble comes down, but he'll get shield bashed. He'll get pushed away. Still does manage to stay alive, but now it's 99% to 39, so even if Bellum could get this flip, it just doesn't seem likely that they'd be able to hold it all the way to 100%. Ding already finds the double kill. The Pharmacy comp completely dismantled. Rio coming forward, takes a big shot, gonna go down, doesn't have that Primal Rage so very far away from it. Barrage comes through from Ding. He's gonna take down Happy. He gets 1J Lee, he gets Envy. He shuts them out. That's 100 to 39%. As KongDoo Panthera open things up with a victory on Gardens.
I just want to talk about that flip. When they got the two opening kills with Youngjin there, diving in with Roar, the damage that Happy, the damage that Decay did on Widow, if you looked at his ult percentage when you watched that kill feed, if you go back and watch the VOD, he was hovering at high 20s, low 30s. He did almost no damage. They won the tank war without him, essentially. And that just speaks volumes to how well Roar and Youngjin work together on the tank line. They win all these fights because he's just always in position. You could see him hitting the armor non-stop on Ding. Ding is the only target for his armor when he's on this Brigida to make sure that Ding doesn't get burst down. That's why Ding's winning the Pharah battles. Now this is where KongDoo Panthera really shines. This composition here, they are flipping over with the Pharah, but otherwise this is their bread and butter. Bellum already predict this. They will have Happy on the McCree. Then it's tough to get a McCree into position against this good of a tank line.
Shots coming in, just trying to get those behind the shield of Rio. Swing forward coming out of Roar. Big heal deny comes through. He's going to try to charge to the side. Barrier comes up, and it's not going to be enough to keep him alive. An exchange on the Reinhardt's comes down. Nice finds an execution on the Ding. The res has to be used onto Roar. Homa putting him back into the fight. So Bellum's still going to be down a tank, but they have Nice here. But as I say that, he is going to get melted. That Discord Orb's coming out of Luffy. They're able to burn him down, but TK also going to be falling. So maybe Bellum able to get this initial cap. You see that final kill coming in. Onto the Reinhardt here for KongDoo Panthera, and Bellum will gain control first.
Happy was able to get up onto that little console there above the staircase and was able to do a lot of damage. Only Decay was really in position to challenge him. Decay did live a long time and built up that grab, as you mentioned, but you know, that's still tough to execute on an attack like this. He almost has it ready now. Envy is going to be up at the front line, as you can see, to make sure that does not get off.
Yeah, Nanoboo's going to be tossed in. Rio pushing forward, looking to build up for that Earth Shatter. Gets the kill onto Decay, and Luffy falls at the same time. Shatter ready. Just hold that for the next approach from KongDoo Panthera. No need to use it here. They'll push all the way out to the dropship, get that final hook onto Youngjin, and the Fire Strike takes him down.
On Control Tower, it's very rare to see flips come through when one team has this much control, especially if they have a McCree, for example. Happy checks the only other angle that KongDoo Panthera could come in. He's going to go for the flanking Deadeye. They do not see him. He is unscouted, so this could be one of those moments where, you know, don't look twice before crossing the street.
Find out Decay going to get slept. Have a bubble up, but Ting finds the shot onto 1J Lee, getting rid of one. Deadeye comes out from Happy, and Decay will fall. Coma should have the res, pushes over behind the wall here. Try to bring that Zarya back into the fight, but haven't seen it yet. Sound barrier in as Youngjin gets taken down. Roar maybe looking for an opportunity for this Earth Shatter, but barrier's still going to be up. Whole hog comes down. Roar going to get shredded. Heals to keep him sustained. The pocket coming out of Coma. Keeping him alive and in the fight. The Shatter going to be used. Looks like he only clips one. Answering Shatter from Rio. Envy going to get knocked out of the mech, and Youngjin going to die. An exchange back and forth coming out on both sides. Graviton Surge only going to be fighting the Reinhardt here as Rio goes low, but he's going to stay alive. The hook to the side. Decay not going to be able to take him down. Rio gets bursted back up. The Bio Grenade helping to top him off. Pin comes through. He will die in transit as Luffy finds the kills. And against all expectations on that fight, KongDoo Panthera actually get the flip.
Ting comes up huge with this swap over to the Hanzo. Does so much damage, holds the Dragon Strike actually, which is incredible. And now Bellum has the ult advantage. So if KongDoo Panthera can hold this one, they've got a good chance of taking this map 2-0. But it's going to be so difficult against this many ultimates. The Nano already out.
Yeah, Nano gets tossed. Happy looking for an angle here, maybe for this Deadeye swing coming out of Rio. The recipient of that Nano boost. Looking at lockdown. Coma gets the one hit in. The flip might just be coming swiftly back in. Yeah, Bellum, they're going to grab it. 26% is all KongDoo Panthera can get. Now it's 92%. They have to get the hell in here. Roar takes that shot. Both Rhines dangerously close to that Earth Shatter. Deadeye out from Happy, not going to find a kill. Youngjin with a whole hog, however, takes out Nice. Rio with a sliver of HP, barely surviving. Kites around the corner. They push forward, trying to take him down. That Earth Shatter available on both sides. They will just surrender the point for now. Bellum know that they have time on their side.
I like the Ana pick here for Bellum, but unfortunately it's just not really working out for them. I mean, honestly, the Fire Grenades have been huge for 1J Lee. He's built 2 Nano Boosts very quickly, and a third now. But even still, you know, KongDoo Panthera is somehow, someway trading up, but it's positional advantages for KongDoo Panthera, not the healing, especially when those denies come through.
Another Nano tossing out Bio Grenade, trying to keep them alive. Earth Shatter from Roar, but I don't think he found much. He's just going to find death. Now the answering Shatter from Rio, locking him down. The pin coming through. That's going to be Luffy eliminated. Bellum looking for the flip now. KongDoo Panthera still suffering losses. Youngjin just now dying. They have to get on this. They have to keep this one contested. They try for the res. Coma wrapping around the side, but he cannot pop it in time. They get the flip. KongDoo Panthera barely tag in time, but it's going to be at the cost of Coma's life, and Ting is now eliminated. Still streaming through. They get the tag in, but they are just dying one after the other as they enter in onto the point. Graviton Surge thrown down by Nice. Bellum taking 161. We have a final round. All of this going to be decided the first map of this series on Night Market.
Okay, this is the map that favors Bellum, I think, the most, to be honest. This is where you can play Happy on either the Widow, but more likely the McCree, which he's been loving to run today on Lijiang, and get into position to do massive damage. Not only that, but Bellum is in some ways matching the composition of KongDoo Panthera. They force Ding onto a Hanzo. That already is a good sign for how the rest of this series is going to go for Bellum, that they are able to go toe-to-toe against KongDoo Panthera's best playstyle here, the multi-tank. Also, beyond all of that, you know, we do have to mention that that map was won because of ult efficiency out of Bellum. They were able to just hold their ultimates, use them very sparingly to make sure they held that point and attacked with very few ultimates to make sure they could hold with ult advantage. They're going to get onto the point here first. Happy actually, interestingly enough, onto the Hanzo for this one.
Yeah, no divas on either side. Going to be the Ryan Zarya combo coming through. We're already taking a lot of damage here on the approach. Rio has a fast track in. Rockets coming through. Bubble going to come down. Ding is trying to poke in from the outside. Going to get those rockets through. Points going to get unlocked. KongDoo Panthera start inching their way in. The kills are going to be on their side. That's 3 members dead. Rio falling low. Vara up into the sky, has that Discord orb. They will be able to take him down. Luffy and Ding pushing in. Get rid of Nice. First cap comes through for KongDoo Panthera. Now they're going to have the defender's advantage.
Crisp execution here from Panthera. They didn't want to control the point first. They wanted to approach the point because they've run a dive flex here with Youngjin on the Genji. So they're running still, obviously, the Reinhardt Zarya, but they have more mobility than this, so approaching the point is easier for them. And especially with Hanzo here and not McCree, you don't have an extra stun for that Genji. And they're running a Brigida-less comp, so the dive here, well, the one dive hero, the Genji, actually works a lot.
Yeah, that's going to be 1J Lee getting it taken down. Youngjin finds another one, getting rid of Happy. And again, you could see some indecision. Happy flipped off the Hanzo, then back onto it.
Yeah.
So lost that ult charge.
I think he will want to consider switching to the Brigida here, to be honest, because Youngjin is doing so much work for KongDoo Panthera. He's harassing the backline and getting kills. Panthera hasn't even been contested on the point because Bellum can't get there because Youngjin is in their backline all the time.
And now there's a Graviton Surge ready to roll. They're just going to toss this one down, pins him straight in. Dragon Blade, going to be set and ready. Happy actually finds the kill against the run of play. Now the Blade's going to get drawn out. Youngjin dashes into the back, finds 1J Lee, can't get a chance to use that Transcendence Chara. Getting burnt down, actually finds Envy. Roar picks up the Pharah.
This player,
the Mercy, that's going to be the kill coming down. Pharah right at the end, killed by the Mercy. Bellum, team wipe coming through off the back of the Grav and the Dragon Blade.
This player never, very rarely plays the Genji, honestly, especially in comps like this. He didn't even pull the Blade out during the Grav search. He waited for a better, more guaranteed opportunity for bigger kills because he knew that Roar went down. It wasn't going to be easy to get in there until their team of Bellum was spread out more and tried to leave the point. That's when he got the Dragon Blade kills. What a flexible player, man. He can play almost anything.
Barrage coming in from behind. They can't know. They don't know which way to look. Do I worry about the Earth Shatter or do I turn and raise the shield for that barrage? Catching him in a catch-22. KongDoo Panthera shut down multiple members. There's ultimates online here for the side of Bellum, but Happy with another swap moves over to the Tracer. They have a Shatter, they have a grab, but it doesn't matter. No one can tag it in time, and KongDoo Panthera will just go ahead and straight up take Lijiang Tower.
Talk about textbook ult efficiency and understanding what the threats of your squad are. If you understand that you have an Earth Shatter and you have a Barrage and you have positional advantage, you know that Bellum has to play around the Shatter.
Yep.
And so as a result, you can put Ding into a position to get a huge Barrage like that. And there's just nothing you can do. Like you said, it's a catch-22. There is no correct answer. You block the Barrage, but you get shattered, and it's even worse. You block the Shatter, but the Barrage gets an opening kill before the Transcendence. Unfortunately, the trigger finger on that Q button there was just not fast enough for 1J Lee to prevent those deaths. And even still, as long as you can, break through that when the Transcendence is beginning, even if you press it right at the beginning, as long as you just can't prevent those deaths. But either way, KongDoo Panthera starts this off with a bang. But the real test, I think, is yet to come because now they have to face, the map choice on Bellum. It's hybrid, and that's going to be where Happy is able to do a lot on the Widowmaker. He did flip to it for like 1 second, but otherwise we haven't really seen his Widow yet.
Yep.
And that's where Bellum is at their strongest. So KongDoo Panthera actually took a more close Lijiang Tower than we expected. And now, again, the real test begins. Can they deal with Happy? And has Bellum figured out a way to perhaps run dive or run a different variation for Happy? He's already shown us some Hanzo. Maybe he runs a little bit more Hanzo on hybrid, and they run attack tanks instead of the Widow compositions. I think that's their best bet at cracking the very solid defense of KongDoo Panthera here. We'll find out what the map choice is in just a moment.
Already, though, Bellum showing us a couple cracks here in the foundation of this team. When they get ahead, as we saw in Control Center, when they get that initial cap, having the defender's advantage, they feel very comfortable, they can stick through, they have great ult efficiency, and they're able to take that win. But when they don't get there first, they're showing us some hesitation, some indecision about what they should be running. Happy with multiple swaps, going off the Hanzo, then immediately going straight back to it. Well, it's like, okay, whatever ult charge you had is now gone. doesn't matter. You lose that, so you're that much further away from that Dragon Strike at the moment. So they need to just kind of tighten up a little bit. Hopefully moving forward onto Hybrid will allow them to do so. We'll see what that map choice is going to be, as you say. First, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of our fan signs, because we still have people still filtering in here.
Yeah, it's very early.
Yeah, 2:17 p.m. on a nice sunny afternoon. It's finally not sweltering outside.
Yeah.
It's breathable air. Feels like, you know, something you can actually survive in. I don't feel like I'm in Arizona anymore.
Yeah, we're a little bit cooler today, 33 degrees Celsius at the moment.
I've never been to Arizona, but I'm assuming I've heard that it's absolutely
Yeah, I've never been there either.
I was talking to Doa about it last night. Doa's here in Korea.
That's right.
So did get to see him for a little bit, and he'll be hanging around, be at the finals.
Rio's father making another cameo here.
Always.
But yeah, I think it's good that you mentioned earlier the kind of... Oh, wow.
Oh.
Counter signs.
Does that fold up?
Hey! But I think it's good that you mentioned the kind of indecision there of Bellum, the lack of commitment. I think there's a little bit of nerves here for sure against a strong team like KongDoo Panthera. I think the Hanzo pick was correct. Well, let's see if those sort of things continue to persist in this series.
Sure, you guys will have your eyes peeled on the crowd. We have a lot of pro players here today. Aim God, Saya player, I believe Fury is also in attendance somewhere out there in the audience.
Yeah, I think so.
And then who knows who the hell else is here, you know? They don't tell us that they're coming. We just kind of spot it on social media every now and then.
You know, underrated casters, Wolf and Achilios, have also made an appearance.
That's true. I heard they're somewhere in the audience.
Yeah.
They're just hanging out.
They're like behind, at the very back to the left side, I heard.
Underrated in quotations. But thank you. We love you guys, and we appreciate the kind words that you sometimes share for us.
Yeah.
But we don't necessarily need threats.
But let's talk about the map choice now, because as we head into Hybrid, I think this is where Happy is going to shine, right? Hybrid is Bellum's second best map type. I mean, they're pretty even across the board on all maps. 7 and 6 on the type at the moment. I personally think Hollywood is the way to go. But after watching Youngjin on the Genji just before, that's where you kind of wonder, though, like, do we want to play against this dive that they have? Instead, they will pick King's Row. Now, at first glance, this seems like a mistake. You've chosen King's Row into the team that, in Korea, defines what GOAT's composition looks like. But maybe we'll see something different here from Bellum. Maybe they'll try some Surefour-esque shenanigans where they try to empower Happy, get him into a flanking position. Maybe we'll see more Hanzo-oriented play from Bellum here. Happy showed a decent Hanzo just previously. It feels like a risky choice, but I don't want to condemn Bellum for this, because I think that they might have a plan.
One could hope. KongDoo Panthera and Bellum played each other on the second day of Season 2. It was their first match out, and it was pretty one-sided. 3-1 victory, as we saw earlier on. Both of these teams an even win rate at the moment. 2-2, win-loss on King's Row. But this is KongDoo Panthera leveled up like never before. We'll see if Bellum has anything interesting prepared for us here.
Okay, well, Happy's definitely not going to be able to play this Widow. As I said before, he's going to be shooting mostly barriers if he's trying to run that against KongDoo Panthera. He will switch over to the Hanzo, and this is a Ana.
Already great right click there on Aurora. He goes in really deep. They're trying to keep the sustain, but he is just going to get taken down nice with a hook. This gets rid of that Rhine, and Coma cannot get into position to res him at the moment. Maybe now that they start kiting over towards the Elderworth, they can try to bring him back into the fight, but already KongDoo Panthera is shoved so far away from the point, just have to wait for him to return. The first tick getting ready to come down.
All right, they're going to have to re-engage. Decay's up in the front. He's bubbled.
Start pushing forward. Second tick going to be surrendered as Roar gets in onto the point. 74.4% ready to go. That's going to be the nano boost in onto Rio. He's swinging away. Finds one onto Coma. Shot from Ding. Takes down one J Lee. But Luffy, Roar, Youngjin just keep listing them off. We'll all be going down. And Bellum find a very fast cap here on point A. 5.5 minutes on the clock for the Streets phase.
Look at the Hanzos. Happy doesn't have an ult, but Ding does, because he was able to do so much damage. He was always in the right spot. but the rest of his team just had to approach slower. They're a slow, clunky tank line. He was up on the high ground shooting down, up just to the right of where you can see on your screen there, doing a ton of damage. He actually out-DPS'd Happy. But it was the extra sustainability that Ana gives, I think, that allowed Rio to do so much there. Built the early nano, then Rio won the tank war there. Obviously, Roar half the ult charge right now comparatively because of that extra healing. So Bellum now with an ult advantage in the Streets phase looks very good for them, as long as they can avoid this Dragon Strike.
Yeah, they see that Sonic Arrow, they're looking for the hook, they're gonna find it, but the bubble comes down perfectly timed there from Decay, keeping Ding alive. Feeding over a lot of energy you would expect when the Dragon Strike comes down. Happy gonna find the kill onto Youngjin. Decay staying alive, and now it's gonna be the Transcendence out to help escort Coma forward. So they get the res, putting the Brigitte back into the fight as Youngjin nearly has that rally. Nice shield bash in, Ding finds the shots, Rio gonna go down. Push forward here from Decay. Does have that Graviton surge, Envy getting low, gonna get taken out of that mech. And that's just gonna be a shove forward, hold on to the ultimates, KongDoo Panthera. Good restraint here to not pop these.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was a huge flip of the momentum now, because KongDoo Panthera has both ult and positional advantage here now on this choke point, and the cart's definitely going to roll back quite a significant amount because no one can get onto it. Rio eats that fire strike, will of course be pocketed and healed back up really quickly. Nano boost is going to be the approach, but it's very difficult to actually get Rio into a position. As you can see, Wanjali goes down.
Yeah, Wanjali dead off the start, and that is just going to be the clean sweep coming through. Happy going to be the only one that survives as he just goes skulking away, pops up onto the top. Right click's not going to be able to take him out, so he will escape with his life. And but Envy, that's one down.
You know, Envy, if he had eaten that grab surge, it's a totally different story, but he just could not do it.
Yep.
It was angled in such a nice, I don't want to say zigzag, but he kind of looped around the side and dropped it down, so it wasn't easy to absorb that. Happy going to self-destruct to open this point up.
Shatter ready. Self-destruct, not going to find anything, but the Dragon Strike does! Graviton surge, not going to be necessary. Triple kill comes in for Ding. And they just look for the wipe. Envy scoots his way all the way back to the spawn immediately. KongDoo Panthera holding this one down.
Look at this.
Transcendence is set. Roar, he's waiting for the flank.
He's waiting for the flank. If no one goes through this hotel here, then he's going to have a great opportunity to make that happen. And no one sees him. They're actually taking the high ground approach. This could be horrible if they jump down. Okay, they're going to stay up, but still, they are vulnerable if no one spots him. He's going to sneak around. This is going to be potentially a huge opportunity.
The call's coming through. They know that they're up top. I'm not sure where Roar is positioned at the moment, or if he's been spotted. Okay, he moves out. They do see him. So that is not going to be working out for them. They're going to push forward. Sound barrier's out from Bellum. Looking for the opportunity. Roar, can he find it? The barrier's still up. They're looking to break this one. Almost goes to the shatter there. You can see he was itching for it, but he shows restraint again.
Bellum, they have so many tools to approach this point, but they're just failing at it.
Pushing forward, drops down the hammer. That's going to be 3. The kills come through shortly thereafter. Happy and Chara both going to be eliminated. They push forward. They find the Reinhardt. They're looking for just a little bit more. Nice, very high energy here on this Zarya. And he's all on his lonesome. No healing to be found, so he will get taken down at the end for a nice little stagger.
I feel like Bellum is choking a little bit, to be honest with you, Achilios. They had so many great tools, the nano, the sound barrier, but they're walking into bad positions, and KongDoo Panthera is just easily able to deflect them, and they're not really pulling the trigger on the combos they have. They need to go all in on this, so they're just going to get held here right after A. I mean, they're in this choke point. It's the worst place to be.
They're waiting for the grab. They're waiting for the grab here. Nice to have it now. But it's going to be the first one coming out from Decay. Bionade in. They're trying to keep everybody topped up. Roar getting locked up front, and he will get taken down. Youngjin finds Happy. Otherwise, the Ryan's going to go down, and now Youngjin's going to be eliminated. Roar brought back in by the Ren. Ding tosses another Dragon Strike, finds a kill on the nice follows up for one on the Wanjali, and another on the Chara. The supports are going to be gone. Ding finds the arrows, and they are being full held right here in the choke. KongDoo Panthera just keep shutting them down time and time again.
For the rest of this series, and for the rest of potentially even the grand finals, if they do close this out, this is what Panthera looks like. This is where they are at their best, and you can just see how good they are at being efficient with these ultimates. Building them so quickly is Ding with these Dragon Strikes, and you know, we're just not seeing Bellum trade up. Happy's already dead.
Happy's dead. He's halfway to another Dragon Strike just about.
Once at least switched off the Ana, so they can't even use a nano to get Rio into position. He's just going to have to just go for it. To be honest, I think he's just going to have to charge in and hope for a flank. He may die trying, but they've got to do something here as a huge time bank becomes a tiny one.
Riley's set and ready to go, but they want to hold this for a little bit longer. They could give Coma the armor, but they know that Luffy still has his, and he's going to be the most important person to get. So Youngjin's comes down. It's going to be Youngjin. We'll see if Coma can get a res. Ding flips to the side. He takes down Nice. Happy, no HP, he can't play forward, he knows that Ding will kill him.
The Shatter!
The Shatter comes out from Roar. Rio trying to stay alive, goes for the pin, but he is gonna die before he can even get the lockdown onto Decay. Nice swapping over onto this Doomfist. Desperation coming through from Bellum as there's 19 seconds left on the clock. Decay is still holding a Graviton Surge. There's just the Envy here. The only hope to eat this grab to try to get back onto the cart.
I think he's just gonna wait and then flank and then pull them away from the cart. That's exactly what he wants to do.
Coming in from behind, they spot him out. And we're into 3 seconds. Happy tossing out the Dragon Strike. 1J Lee gonna get eliminated at the start of this. Lumpy with his Transcendence, keeping everybody topped up. Ding's still just gonna be sniping. Youngjin falling low, Youngjin going down. Grab is still set, however. Bubbles coming out, the mech's been broken. They're pulling them away. Rio over to the side, he's trying to kill Coma, but he's not gonna be able to. He'll get taken down. A punch under the K, they will get the elimination. The pistol coming up from Envy, trying to make it back into that mech. He is so damn close, but OT is dropping, and KongDoo Panthera, it might not be a full hold on A, but it's as close as it gets. They just keep him in that choke. Wonderful defensive play from this squad.
You know, I gave the benefit of the doubt to this squad for their map pick. I said there must be something they've seen in KongDoo Panthera, some weakness, some weak point. But after watching this map, they just tried to match KongDoo Panthera's style, which is not incorrect if you're on this map, but if you've chosen this map, you have to wonder, or you know, fans have to wonder, why did they choose it? Why has this squad played basically KongDoo Panthera's best map in this meta? And I don't have the answer to that question. I don't know if the Bellum coach has the answer to that question, but does anyone believe that Bellum can basically full hold Panthera here on A with, you know, their style of play after what we've just seen out of this Hanzo player who is absolutely lighting people up against the Zarya that hasn't even needed to use grab surges to win fights most of the time here. I really like the idea, 1J Lee on the Ana. You know, that's one way to shut down the tank style of KongDoo Panthera. But Bellum just couldn't pull the trigger on dropping a nano and committing all their ultimates. They were doing one at a time, and Panthera was matching them one at a time with the choke point advantage in their favor. So let's see what they've got up their sleeve now. They're going to be running the Roadhog here with 1J Lee and the Orisa, as Ding shows an interesting pick here with the Winston.
Just flipping around.
Let's see if that's actually real.
I mean, we actually have seen this comp before.
On Achilios, yeah.
We saw this on Achilios on Ruins, as you say. So maybe we get it again.
Starts to look like it's very likely. Now you have more mobility with this variation.
Okay, Ding swapping, so it's still going to be Youngjin here on the Roadhog, but Ding goes over onto that Hanzo. Could have opened up with that. I would have liked maybe an Ana into the mix just to back that up.
Wanted the extra barrier, I guess. But look, they're already in pretty decent position to get onto this point.
This is going to force Bellum to move.
Yep.
They're going to have to shift around. Roar taking a lot of hits, however. The barrier going low. Youngjin waiting for the flank. He's coming out.
No one sees him.
For the hook, throws it, not going to find it. And now he's going to be exposed. Koma and Luffy both get eliminated, so KongDoo Panthera are going to be halted on this push. And this could lead to some nasty staggers coming through.
Yeah.
If Bellum can find them.
Well,
they are all being quite elusive and sneaky.
This isn't the end of the world for Panthera yet, but if they fail another push like this, they may have to think about switching Youngjin off of this Hog right now. The defensive Hog will always have an advantage. They got the flank, but he didn't get the kills.
Nice, nearly has his barrage. One more rocket will give it to him.
There it is.
Finds a hit onto the K, who is dangerously low. He's going to pop the bubble, tries to go onto the low ground to join in with his squad, but Happy is able to eliminate him. And Roar is going to die. So for now, defensive setup for Bellum, because quite strong with multiple ultimates on the way.
Because they have the Pharah, KongDoo can't do their normal approach. The Pharah is a nice variation here as Ding gets grabbed, but the Pharah means that Bellum can kind of stick where they're at and continue to do damage. They have an ult advantage now. And look at Decay, he's only halfway to an ultimate. He's been trying to sneak around, similar to how Youngjin has, to get into a position to do damage to build that ult, but he's getting caught by Nice multiple times. So KongDoo Panthera doesn't have the ult advantage they would like here. They're just going to walk straight forward, but look at this. Again, the Pharah makes it so difficult.
Boops him back, trying to set up for a hook opportunity. As the Roadhog is just sitting into the Ultimate at the moment. Ding's going to answer back with a Dragon Strike of his own, throws that one straight to the hotel, but not really going to find much. Raj still sitting in wait here on Nice. He drops into the back, trying to get the hit on to Roar. Will be able to do so, and actually gets taken down by his own splash damage. But the fight still going the way of Bellum. The whole hog coming out from Youngjin as he drops in, looking for the kill on the Happy. He takes him so low, but he just can't get around the corner fast enough. Need to do some more cardio, it would seem, Roadhog.
Unfortunate
He'll get taken
here.
down. KongDoo Panthera really struggling.
KongDoo, they should have held that ultimate. Youngjin, I understand why he dropped it out. It was the only way to kill Happy
He might
in
be
that
swapping.
moment.
Let's see.
Well, I mean, I don't think he's going to swap, but I think that, like, if he kills Happy, it's worth it. But because he does not, that's a huge ultimate missing here. And they're going to have to make this grab big. Envy is ready to block it.
Bubble coming forward, Roar nearly with this Earth Shatter. Only the barrier standing in his way. Throws it down, gonna find multiple targets.
And
he gets
he's
pushed
stunned.
to the side. Rio's gonna find the kill. He drops down that supercharger. Youngjin finds the hook, gets rid of Nice. The bombs off the back of his death will kill Roar. The res comes in onto Decay. Now a res back onto the Junkrat. Bellum trying to hold on. Rio gonna go down. Envy tosses out the self-destruct, trying to make it back into the mech, and he will be able to do so. Barely stays alive.
Oh, this is looking bad for
snipes.
Panthera.
They need to get the cap. They almost had the first tick, but they're still not in onto the point.
Youngjin just stopping them from coming in. That's what he
trying
wants
to
to
get
do
them
here.
off. They start ticking this one up. Youngjin waiting on the flank. Decay
solo.
going for the shots. Trying to get those right clicks in. Gets a couple tags. Trying to build up for another Graviton Surge.
Bellum has to stop this. This is their Alamo. They need the Riptire now.
They're going to toss this one out. Run it through, but it
Shut
gets
down.
shut down. Ting finds the arrow. Envy pushes forward, finds a kill onto Decay. Roar falling dangerously low, gets the pocket out of the Mercy, but he's got to kite back off the point. Break onto the mech. Envy going to be eliminated as well as one Jay Lee, who will get res back in by Chara. A push forward, Roar swinging away. Happy finds the shots onto the enemy Roadhog. Down Youngjin.
It's all down to this.
Bubble
Panthera.
coming through. Res is there from Coma. Bellum trying to hold this off. Envy with a swap over to the Tracer just to rejoin faster. Happy sniping away, jumps forward, looks for Youngjin, takes him to half HP. The cap still not here. Dragon Strike rolling through, looking for some kills. Not gonna find it, but a shatter from Roar. Might just open things up onto the point here. Pin comes down. Happy gonna get eliminated. Nice swaps over onto the soldier. One Jay Lee with a whole hog. Down dangerously low, looking for the kills. He manages to take a breather. He's gonna stay alive. Now it's just Roar here against the world, trying to stay in this fight.
He's
Swap
down.
onto the Pharah. Ting trying to rejoin, pushes in, gets the tag, but I think he might have just done this. Transcendence from Luffy to buy a little bit more time, and now it's going to be Coma joining back in with the Lucio. But Youngjin and Ting both get eliminated. That's going to be the Zenyatta going down. Bellum. They've actually done it after getting held right after point A. They pull off the full hold against KongDoo Panthera, and they tie up the series 1-1.
KongDoo Panthera approached with a standard comp. They ran a little bit of a gimmicky Roadhog, you could say, trying to look for those opening hooks, but it's still standard. It does work oftentimes, but it's the Pharah that wins them the defense. The Pharah sub in here. Nice is able to do so much damage there and just continue to pick at the Zarya, the Reinhardt, force KongDoo Panthera to trade down on ultimates, not upwards. And even though we had that amazing shatter that was designed to knock Envy's mech down so they could hit the follow-up grab, which worked well, they couldn't get consistent kills in these scrappy fights where KongDoo Panthera isn't just snowballing hard with their better healing and their tank compositions, where usually they're the ones running that, right? Against Bellum, when they were running scrappy heroes like swapping over to the Tracer and then, you know, surviving there on the Roadhog. In the scrappy fight, KongDoo Panthera came up empty against a team that had further run back for respawns. KongDoo Panthera won several fights, but still couldn't capture the point because they played greedy. They put Youngjin in the corner. They were hoping that they could get a hook, grab, and to kill onto the approaching heroes there for Bellum. What a momentum shift here after being basically full held on one of KongDoo Panthera's best maps in this meta. They take King's Row as a victory. That is insane.
And it was a strange variant on the comp here for KongDoo as well. They had the Roadhog, but no Lucio, no Moira. So that burst healing wasn't really there. I kind of understand why they wanted the Zenyatta. If we take a look at
Aim God back there. There he is. He brought his own jersey.
Yeah,
he's
got his old Bellum jersey ready to go. Saya player here, formerly of Athena.
Yeah.
But I get why you want the Zenyatta, because you want the Discord Orb, so when you hook in a target, you throw the Discord on them and you burst them down, you guarantee that kill effectively, but it was still just an odd variant, and I think that it cost them quite a bit.
Yeah,
Not having that burst healing, you can see how much fire Roar was taking, and the pocket from the Mercy plus the Orb of Harmony is just not enough to sustain it. When you have that many people, when you have a Pharah above you, you know, a Roadhog taking right clicks at your barrier, you're going to have to drop it eventually, or it's just going to break. Rough stuff, but we're all tied up, guys, so we have a series here in this first semifinal right now. 1-1. We'll see what happens when we come back from the break, see who takes a lead in this series, so don't go anywhere.